Midwest Sports Net is on location today. We're in Dallas at the AVCA Volleyball Invitational Spring 2021. I'm Joey McWilliams, and I am privileged today to get to visit with the head volleyball coach for the Harding University Lady Bisons. Make sure I get all that in. That's kind of a mouthful, too. Coach Meredith Fear. Coach, it's always a privilege to get to visit with you. Thank you for taking a little time here today.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of volleyball going on. We're about to start our match in a little bit. It's exciting.
Well, okay, so we have completed what is the regular season now, and the Harding Lady Bisons went 12-1 in that time. The only loss being the loss in the championship match of the Great American Conference Tournament to Oklahoma Baptist University, a very, very tough team. Let's go ahead and start right there. I mean, undefeated through the regular season. You took on the Eastern Division of the GAC and went through 10-0, and then made a little run into the tournament. Talk about that championship.
Yeah, it was a great tournament. It was so different because everybody, got in and got their chance, and then, we weren't at Hot Springs. We weren't at our neutral site. We were hosting, which that's wonderful, but comes with its challenges as well. Definitely pros and cons there. And we were playing, really well right up to that match, and then Oklahoma Baptist just gave us absolutely everything we could handle and didn't quite have enough to meet them there, but was really proud of how my girls played.
Well, they played a good match. They represented the university well, and of course you were talking about getting to host, and that's kind of a thing in and of itself, because even though you're not on the road, you still have all of the obligations that go with hosting.
Sure, yeah, and that's what I had to talk to my team about, is making sure there wasn't that you walk into this new arena and it's like, oh, we're here for the conference tournament. It still sort of felt like home games, and they're able to sleep in their own bed, which I will take. I'm grateful for, but still, you just don't have as much control over them and what they're doing as when you're on the road. But I trust them, and I'm sure they did right and they did well. But it was a really good tournament.
Now, I know you're going to play here in just a moment. Of course, you're here for 3 or 4 days in Dallas at the convention center here, the AVCA Invitational. You have some great players on your team. It was fun to get to watch them play. Of course, we have activity going on. I think that's really pretty cool, too. But let's just go ahead and start. The GAC Player of the Year in Logan Smith, the sophomore, and my goodness, she can flat-out play.
Yeah. Logan does it all for us. I mean, she swings, she blocks, she serves, she digs, she passes. Almost every single ball, they pass her every time, so she takes on so much load. But it's just already as a sophomore, so seasoned, so steady. She's going to do good things for you and take care of the ball, and she's great to have out there.
You have a number of other players, too, and I mean, the list really does. I mean, it's top to bottom. I mean, stellar players on your team. I want to talk about even like Libby Hinton. These are players, by the way, many of them coming back next year, so I know that has to make you smile, too. Libby Hinton can do, so many things as well. Yeah,
I love Libby. She brings so much energy to the court. She's so creative offensively. I mean, she will slam it down your throat, and then she'll do some weird kind of tippy push, thing that really frustrates people when she scores on that. She just finds a way to score and be involved in the game and in the play always. And I think you're right. I genuinely think we do have, our starters, our players that are out there are very talented and unique. But I think what genuinely makes us special is that this year, more than any other, I think that I've had, top to bottom, we're tight. The talent level is tight, and there's not huge swings on when this person in or this person is out. We truly are a very balanced team, which means that we were pushing each other so much in practice, day in and day out. And I really think that that's what it takes to get to those championship type levels.
We're speaking with Meredith Fear here, the Harding coach, and a couple more players, too, that wanted to talk about another sophomore. Of course, Hinton, a junior. Another player who's a sophomore is your setter, Sarah Moorhead, and, boy, versatile. I think that describes her as well.
Yeah, she's doing really well. And the thing with Sarah is, we're not there yet. There's still you're right, she is doing so well. She's grown so much, but there's still so much room to keep working with her and keep improving and keep adding things to her game, which as a coach, it's really exciting when you have somebody that's already done so much work and put in so much for your team, but there's more juice you can squeeze out of that orange, I'm really excited to see what she can do the next couple of years as well.
I know eligibility seems to be fluid right now, and it's just a name. Senior, freshman, it really doesn't matter with the COVID year that everybody's getting. So I hesitate to say whether people are coming back or not. So I won't even say that. But at least on paper, Catherine Cowart's a senior, your defensive specialist, and I know that she's had a great time at Harding.
Yeah, she is a senior. She's getting into PA school, so that's her plan, so I don't think she's coming back. But she's done so much work for us, and I genuinely think, on the Arkansas side especially, we had, you may be seeing Mackenzie out here, the Defensive Player of the Year. We had some great liberos and great defensive players on the Arkansas side. I'm biased, but I genuinely think, she's the best libero, especially on the Arkansas side, and has put in so much work for us. And I'm just so excited that she's been able to go out on her senior year on such a high.
All right, last thing, and again, thank you very much for taking a little time with us today here on Midwest Sports Net. We appreciate that. What do you expect from your team now coming off, only lost the season, and you're going to be facing some different looks here, again, with no non-conference or very little non-conference matches pretty much throughout Division II. What do you expect to see this weekend?
Right. I think we're just excited. We're excited to throw down with some of the top teams in the nation and see how it goes and see how we do and give it our all. And I do think that when we were challenged with a team that couldn't, matched us and was even playing better, they played better that day. I don't know that we responded all how I wanted us to. So we have another opportunity. We're going to play Tampa. We're going to play some great teams. Another opportunity to see a great team across the net and challenge ourselves to react a little bit better. But there's already been some upsets, through that for this first round, just the first round of matches today. So I'm really excited to see what can happen.
All right. Well, success to you all and to the Lady Bisons, and we look forward to watching. Thank you very much, Coach.
Thank you.